Do you recognize these Beyblades? The year was 2010. Apple just released the first iPad, Obama was president, and Beyblade Metal Fusion had fully infected my teenage brain. Times were simple, but despite being obsessed with Beyblade, I never got into the video games. They just didn't interest me at all. Because why spin virtual Beyblades when you could be letting it rip with the boys? But one thing the video games did do that interested me was introduce even more Beyblades. We're talking video game exclusive Beyblades. Beyblades that we never saw in the anime or the manga. This is Beyblade Metal Fusion Battle Fortress, a Beyblade video game released for the Wii in 2010 here in the West. It follows Jinka and the gang fighting against an evildoer looking to harness the power of Beyblade for evil. You know, the typical standard affair for a children's collectible anime turned video game. But instead of fighting against Doji and Dark Nebula, the video game has Jinka and the gang fighting against the evil scientist Hellbade and his robot bladers, the Bee Killers. Along the way, we're introduced to Beyblades like Devil Serpenter, Fire Pavon, and Tornado Jiren. With these Beyblades being equal parts Mobius Strip and equal parts Fever Dream, it's easy to understand why these Beyblades were never released. That is, until today. Meet Quake Shielzam and Iron Bearl. In the game, these two Beyblades are owned by Mamoru and Tsuyoshi, respectively. And sorry if I messed up those names, I obviously never played Battle Fortress. I actually don't even own a Wii. But back to the Beyblades. These two Beyblades were brought to life by the talented K Workshop who I've worked with in the past. If you're interested in purchasing them, he's actually got them for sale on his Instagram, which I've dropped in the description below. Let's get a deeper look at these things. Up first, we've got Quake Shielzam. It's rocking the fully custom 3D printed metal wheel Quake and the fully custom 3D printed clear wheel Shielzam. It's also rocking a custom water decaled facebolt featuring a Shielzam motif. For its spin track and tip, it's rocking downforce 145 in defense. And ignore the McDonald's colors, I couldn't find better ones in my collection. Next we've got Iron Bearl, featuring the iron metal wheel and the Bearl clear wheel, both of which are also fully custom 3D printed parts. And like Quake Shielzam, it's got a custom water decaled facebolt featuring the Bearl motif. For its spin track and tip, it's rocking wide defense 145 and ball. Let's check the stats to see how these things weigh out. For Quake Shielzam, it comes in at nearly 37 grams, while Iron Bearl weighs in at around 51. Comparatively speaking, Quake Shielzam's in line with Metal Fusion, while Iron Bearl's in line with Metal Fury. And for those who don't know, Metal Fusion refers to the first season of this Beyblade generation, while Metal Fury refers to the third season of this generation, where Beyblades got much heavier. Out of curiosity, let's see how their metal wheels shape out. Quake comes in at roughly 30 grams, while Iron comes in at around 43. Again, perfectly in line with the first and third seasons respectively. With that out of the way, let's see how these things do in battle. Up first, let's see how Quake Shielzam does. Since it's on the lighter end, I'll be pitting it against Storm Pegasus. Fight! If you're enjoying this video so far, consider subscribing. I've got plenty of 3D printed custom Beyblades up on my channel, including 3D printed custom evolutions, and fully custom Beyblades with their own original concepts. You can help me out in the algorithm by dropping a like and a comment. I'm always taking in suggestions and recommendations for my next evolution, so feel free to drop those below. And lastly, this might be a long shot, but I'm aiming to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so I'd appreciate it if you join me along for this journey. And just like in the video game, Storm Pegasus takes it against Quake in this best of 5. Let's switch it up and see how it does up against another Metal Fusion Beyblade, Lightning El Drago. Fight! Man, that was just embarrassing for Quake Shielzam. That match was more like a showcase for El Drago if anything. I think I'm starting to understand why these Beyblades never made it out of the video game. With those embarrassing battles out of the way, let's see how the heavier Iron Bearl does. But since it's heavier, we're leveling up the competition as well. Up first, let's see how it does up against Fang Leon.
Fight!
Not as bad as Quake Shielzam, but that match was too close for comfort. Let's get more aggressive and throw it up against Death Quetzalcoatl.
Fight!
Again, the match was way too close, even ending in a draw. I think it's easy to understand why this one never made it out of Battle Fortress either. But there you have it. That was Quake Shielzam and Iron Bearl. Two unreleased Beyblades that finally got the physical releases that maybe some fans were hoping for. I'd say after those battles, these Beyblades are definitely going into the display-only collection. And maybe there's a reason why they never made it out of the video game. But again, big shout out to K Workshop who brought these Beyblades to life. As an amateur in 3D modeling, I know firsthand the tremendous amount of skill and time it takes to even make a Beyblade, let alone replicate one based off of fried JPEGs from an old video game. So if you're interested in picking these up for yourself as collector's items, definitely reach out to K. Again, his details are dropped below. In any case, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.